Well, hello, Young and the Restless Daily Recap fans. Listen, this is not going to be today's daily recap. This is actually going to be last week's recap. It's going to be the recap from Monday, August 2nd. Although, you know what? I never saw a Young and the Restless for Monday, August 2nd. So, anyway, but the week is Monday, August 2nd through the 6th August. Goodness, we're in October. Monday, October 2nd to Friday, October 6th. And I'm not going to go day by day. I'm just going to give kind of a synopsis of the progression of characters. We all know I told you everybody I'm moving, and boy has moving been hectic. Goodness, couldn't find my webcam for a few days. Internet situation. Anyway, let's just do the week, and I should be able to kind of get semi back on track starting tomorrow. Let's see. And I'm gonna go character by character. I think I'm gonna do it that way. Let's start with Nick. Nothing Nick. Nick gets back in town and he Sally, because I did one where I think I did the one for the third. So really I'm starting at the fourth. Starting at Wednesday's recap. Sally and him, obviously they go to somehow I didn't see it the second because she tells him Adam kissed her. And he's blowing up. So when we get to Wednesday, it's a pickup of that. And he's saying Adam always oversteps. He takes, as soon as I'm out of town, he tries this stuff. And then he's like, Sally, what did this kiss mean to you? I mean, she goes, don't blow up. She goes, it's nothing. He goes, no, it's only nothing if this is one sided, if this is just Adam. But it's more than nothing, Sally, if this is you too. Sally. Sally's always got one hand on the one finger on the detonation button. Well, I really can't answer that. I really love you. I want to be, I'm with you, but my feelings for Adam are complicated. They're complicated. Oh no, Sally. See, you playing both ends against the middle, and she's still doing it. And Nick was kind of letting her know, I can't co-sign. I can't be a part of this. You're gonna have to make up your mind, right? So she's thinking, and what? And he leaves her at the park. Well, actually, Adam comes up. He sees them, and he comes and he interrupts, and he's trying to figure out what's going on. And Nick is ready to bite his head off, but he doesn't. And Nick leaves, and then Sally leaves. Adam, I don't even want to deal with you. Can't talk to you. You've done enough. And of course, Adam follows her. What do you mean by that? What's going on? She goes, Adam, I don't want to talk to you. Go away. No, this obviously is something. Why was my brother biting my head off? She goes, that is nothing new for you and your brother. No, but it was different. No, what? So he goes, did you tell him about the kiss? See? And she says, yes, I did. Oh, he reacted. Oh, yeah. He knew he would react. And so Adam was trying to figure out, but look, his reaction wouldn't be this bad or yours either, unless you feel the same way. See? So she ends up cutting him off and she goes up to her room. And Adam is standing there like, I'm making headway. Because he is, and he knows it. So she is texting Nick saying, we need to talk. I really need to talk to you. Meanwhile, Nick is dealing with Sharon, and Sharon is pulling out of him. She could tell something's wrong with him. And she finally, of course, gets him to, she goes, look, talks about what history they had. We've been through so, just spill it. And he told her what happened. And she goes, ooh, Adam took advantage of me being out of town, kissed Sally, and blah, blah, blah. So Sharon said, yeah, that could be. something, you know. She's trying not to be too judgmental, but it was out of line. She goes, Adam has a habit of causing chaos because he and Sharon managed to get through, you know, part of a business meeting. They made really good headway and progress. And so they were pretty much wrapping it up. And Nick gets he read the text and he goes, this is from Sally. She wants to talk. And Sharon's like, you know what, Nick, you don't handle your business. So then we get at the end, Nick, and this could be, we're talking, remember, I'm just doing it from pretty much Wednesday through Friday or the whole week. He ends up going to Sally's room and they end up talking about it. And she goes, please tell me I haven't royally blown this up. Our relationship means so much to me. And please, Nick, please, oh, here we go, please. Well, yeah, you took this man's money to start your company. You know you don't want to blow that up, Sally. Right? Even though Adam can fund her company too. But anyway, Adam, I don't know why he doesn't fund his own company, but it's another story. So now we obviously have Victoria trying to snow Victor by saying she's accepting the change. She's, you know, even accepting Adam working there, and she's gonna do her part. She this, she that, and Victor's like, really? So you're doing a complete 180 in a day, right? And she goes, no, I've just had time to think, Dad. And this is your company. And I love Newman and I'm gonna be a part of this, right? And so Victor's thinking, nah, something ain't right. So Victor calls in Nate. See, this is what I love. Nate kind of does sway to the highest bidder. And he tells Nate, you know, my daughter came in and said, he goes, how's Adam working? He goes, you know, we really haven't gotten into the groove. But he goes, your son is not going to be a team player. And he goes, well, you know what? I don't want to talk about my son. I want to talk about my daughter. Victoria has now said she's accepted the whole situation and Adam, this, that, and the other. And Nate says, oh, okay. And he goes, I don't know if I believe her. I don't think she's being sincere. And Nate just looks at him. Well, what do you expect me to do about it? And he goes, I need you to keep an eye on my daughter. Now he's got Nate keeping an eye on Adam and keeping an eye on Victoria because I need to know if my daughter is planning something. And he goes, Victor, you're putting me in a kind of an uncomfortable situation. He goes, this is business. I'm like, I don't care. This is business. So Nate is just like, oh, okay. Nate goes to see Victoria at the GCAC. They're eating. And he tells Victoria, your father doesn't think you're sincere. He doesn't believe that you're not planning something. And he goes, are you, Vic? And she's just stonewalling Nate. I have accepted the situation. And Nate is looking at her like, okay. Because she's saying it in such a manner that he doesn't believe her either. But he left it alone, right? So he asked her, he goes, look, Aunt Mamie is having a dinner and at the Jazz Lounge, and she's asked me to be there, and I would like you to be my +1. And Victoria says, ooh, no family? Wait, Devon and Lily would not be too happy, right? She would not be too happy. To see me there. He goes, look, you and I are together. I'm not ashamed of it. Mamie, this is her thing. And I want you by my side. So she's like, well, okay. And in the meantime, we have Daniel. He and Lily's talking to him and she wants him to be his plus one, but he can't go. Um, and that's that. So now, Aunt Mamie, I'm going to carry on with that storyline. The evening happens. I may have even covered this on the last one I did, which was Tuesdays. But Jill does come and Jill does stay. I think I did. And Jill's got her eyes. She knows she's gonna be looking at Mamie, and Mamie's up to something. She knows it. But I said when Mamie got back to her hotel room, she had a conversation with somebody that was interesting. We don't know, and she laughing it up with her champagne about things are going according to the way, according to plan. It's moving right along, right? And I'm like, okay, what is up? We don't know Mamie's true plans here. Kind of my gut says she and Victor have some kind of deal. I honestly believe she does want her family together, working together, but you know what? That's not her call. She hasn't been around but for 10 minutes. And you think you're going to make some kind of bonding happen under the guise of I own a stake in this company now and I'm going to call all kind of disruptive shots? I don't know, everybody, right? So, but Victor, let's be real. Victor doesn't want Nate in a top position at Newman. He really doesn't. He actually probably, if Adam can work right, but Adam cannot work right. If Adam can be a team player and mean what he says, Victor wants Adam to have that COO position, and he wants Nate over at Chancellor Winters because remember, he keeps talking about nothing better than family. Like he told Kyle, you need to go back to your family and their business, right? I think that's Victor's ultimate plan. So we have Lily and Daniel meeting up after she's telling them how Mamie, she's asking too much. She hadn't been around to really know what transpired and how it really affected them. And she's just a little worried at Mamie trying to make the decisions. And Jill was talking to Devon, and Devon is like, I don't agree with that part. What Aunt Mamie wanting Nate to be a part of the company. And Jill is like, Mamie doesn't have any business experience, and blah, she bashing Mamie like she's always bashed her. I know her. She has been the same opportunist. Mamie was never an opportunist. That was always Jill. Always Jill. So Devon was like, yeah, it's a little bit rough. He is a little uncertain about that too. And so let's talk about Tucker. Tucker is so busy, Jack came and, or no, Billy sniped all at him, and Billy feel like he got the upper hand, and Tucker sending Adam text messages saying, oh yeah, like now I'm coming after you, right? So Tucker wants to meet Adam, or Tucker, well, either way, they run into each other, him and Adam's like, he goes, you know what? You didn't keep up your end of the bargain. Those emails were supposed to have stayed, they were supposed to be a non-issue now. And Adam says, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't get it. You know you sold that information to Jack Abbott. Or you sold it to Billy Abbott. And he goes, no, I did not. I didn't sell that information to anybody. Again, I don't know what's going on. So Tucker's like, that's okay. I see now you've made an enemy of me. And Adam is looking at him like, oh, wow. So I can add you to the list. Adam don't care, right? So Adam now, he's talking to his father. See, what I don't like, he immediately starts trying to bash Vicky. Immediately. Yeah, Victoria says she's accepted it. She's accepted you working here at the company. And Adam says, and you believe her? Come on, Dad. Victoria will never accept that. She don't even want me in this family. Son, she has tried. No, actually, Dad, she's not. She's going to do something to undermine me. And you have her boyfriend as my boss. So that, I mean, that could be very, very, ooh, and he goes, that's the situation. That's the working, that's the dynamic, son. Work with it. And as for your sister, I'm going to take her at her word, like I'm taking you at your word that you want to start from the bottom and work your way up. So they leave that there. And we have Diane talking to Kyle, saying, look, Kyle, Billy got one foot out the door, but right now he is useful. I am chief talent officer. I can find you a really, really good position. Don't close the door. And Jack came in and he was co-signing, son, you didn't even give us a chance to come up with a position for you before you left. Let's sit down, let's work together, let's come up with something. So this time he didn't say no, but he says, he didn't commit to nothing. And so Jack says, well, look, this is more important. Your mother and I have decided not just to have a reception, we've decided we want to do a whole vow renewal so we can say our vows in front of friends and family. And we want you to officiate our wedding. And he was like, you want me to officiate? And he was that happy. He goes, I would be happy to. So he's going to marry them and that's going to be that. And we have the next day is getting ready for everything. Diane's dress hadn't arrived. She's all worried. She's like, I don't know why I decided to go with Lauren's dress versus Marquetti, but it was just so beautiful. She goes, but then I forgot Lauren is Phyllis's best friend. I'll bet you Phyllis is talking her into sabotaging my dress. I'm not going to have a dress. It should be here by then. Jack's like, calm down, calm down. And Tracy says, look, Lauren adores Jack. She would never do anything to sabotage your wedding. So Lauren is meeting, no. Lauren has the dress. She has to go out of town. So she can't take the dress to Jack's, but she could wait at the coffee house for Chloe to show up. She has a conversation with Phyllis, and Phyllis, she ends up telling her this was Jack's, the Diane's dress. And she goes, you're doing that for her? You're doing, she goes, Phyllis, you know how I feel about Jack. You know this. I'm doing this for Jack. And I'm going to do a lot for Jack. Okay. And Phyllis is like, yeah, okay. Well, since you're in a hurry, I could take it. She goes, no, you're not getting nowhere near this dress, Phyllis. Right? I know you. Right? She goes, besides, Chloe should have been here, but Chloe's on her way because I got to get off to the airport. So Chloe comes running in and she gets the dress, and Lauren says, get this over to Diane ASAP. And she says, I sure will. Lauren takes off and Phyllis goes, Chloe. Chloe looks at her and says, Phyllis, and kind of clutches on to the wedding dress, turns and walks out. She's like, you ain't touching this dress. We're not even going to start a conversation so that any kind of mayhem can happen, right? So they deliver the dress. Diane is happy. They're, all happy about the wedding, that's going to happen. And we leave it off. I think they hadn't gotten there yet. In the scenes for next week, they show them at the wedding, but Tucker is still vowing to do whatever he's going to do. Who knows what Tucker's up to? And that's about it. That's what happened to the entire week. I'm trying to see, did I leave out any? Oh, a cute moment was between Phyllis and Danny. Danny was in the lounge trying to finish up a song, and he's having a hard time coming up with the hook of this song. And so he and Phyllis were talking. She goes, well, it sounds nice. And, and he's giving her a pep talk, telling her, you know what, Phyllis, you have an opportunity to really just change your life, do some good, starting with accepting Daniel's job. And so she goes, it's strange, or who would have thought a man that I drugged, seduced, had sex with, and told him I was pregnant with his child and it was somebody else's. She said, and he just looked at her like, yeah, you did do all that to me, right? She goes, who would have thought years later that we are sitting here and you're trying to encourage me, you know? And so then the next scene, we see them both sitting at the piano and he's working on the song. And I think he got it. He says, that's it. And she goes, see, I inspired you. I mean, it was a cute little scene between the two of them. I really kind of liked it. So that was it. That's it, everybody. I should be back to comment corners next week, Monday. And I'm gonna try to, pick this up, be on track. But trust me, you all know when you move, that's only part of it. Because now, guess what? I have a ton of boxes that have to be unpacked and put away. So I'm gonna try to stay up on top of this as much as I can. But that's the recap, the weekly recap for The Young and the Restless.